Hey, how's it going, everybody? Tall Tesla guy here, and today it's a bit of a gloomy day, but I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to go over some stuff that people ask me about a lot with the car. Now, I know I've done a couple of videos talking about this kind of thing, but we're in sort of a different situation living-wise, so I wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to kind of show you how you do it here, where I am. So we're going to talk about charging, talk about space, storage, all that kind of stuff. So sit back, relax. You guys are watching the Tall Tesla guy. One of the biggest things is always charging. It's always charging. I came from a traditional gas vehicle prior to getting my Tesla, at least my first one, so I totally understand, and everybody still asks me that to this day. So there's multiple options to charge. Obviously, Tesla has the most extensive supercharging network of any, EV manufacturer company out there in the world. And honestly, they are wherever you want to be. I mean, they tout themselves to be wherever you want to be. But honestly, like anywhere we've ever traveled to, we've never had an issue with charging. Never at all. The superchargers that are everywhere, they're fast, and most of them are conveniently located. Now, there is a different app you can use outside of the Tesla, the Tesla regular navigation, called a Better Route Planner. And what that does, it's almost like Waze in a sense. Like people will use it to talk about the charging locations. They'll talk about what's available around them. So say you're traveling with your kids like we do often. You want to know that you're charging in that half hour that you're charging the car up to continue on your trip or whatever you're doing, that there's food available, that it's a safe charging location, that it's a comfortable place, that it's going to do the trick, that most of the stalls are active and working and functioning. Because you do run into that, where you'll get there and one of them will be broken, they'll be completely packed full. Tesla does do with their navigation on the map, as long as you navigate to a supercharger and don't just randomly show up at one, it'll show you on the screen how many stalls are available, whether it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll also tell you the charging speed that's available: 150 kilowatt hours, 250 kilowatt hours, and then eventually when they come out with 350, it'll show that there as well. So, that's a great opportunity or a great option to either use the standard Tesla navigation or a Better Route Planner. They're not sponsoring the video or anything like that, but it works well, and it works well as far as like a community interface, which is really nice, and I appreciated that part of it. But honestly, like, I don't go on road trips every day, like most people probably don't. Drive to the office and back when I do, when I'm not working remote, that kind of thing. So in general, I'm charging at home. Now, what I did in my last house is I ran a 240 outlet into the garage. I put a video about that a couple of years ago, how to do it. You can find hundreds of videos on YouTube on how to do it as well. But in general, the 240 outlet gave me about 30 miles per hour of recouped range as it was plugged in. So more than enough to recoup anything I drove during the day, to get to the office, anything like that. So I always got in the car with a full battery, as full as I want it to be, which is usually about 80%. You can charge it to 100%. It's not going to hurt anything. Elon said, in fact, that what it'll do is prevent the car from running as optimally as it can. Because what happens is a lot of recouped range that you get while you're driving around is through regen braking. And if you have it at 100%, you can't recoup any of that regen braking. You can't get it back to the battery because it's completely full. So I never charge it to 100% unless I'm going on a road trip. Typically 80 to 90% is fine for me. But in general, the 240 outlet in the garage was perfect. It gave me more than enough. I never needed to go to superchargers unless I was traveling. The other option, and one of the cool things about Tesla, and Elon said it in a interview years and years ago, when somebody asked him, where can you charge this? How many chargers are available? I think it was over in England or something like that. And he said, anywhere there's a wall plug, which is 100% true, right? So you can plug it right into it. In fact, I know when you buy a new one, it doesn't come with the adapter, but you are going to need a plug nonetheless. And the plug, the one that I have, came with a 110 plug, right? So it's a 110 plug. Over here in the United States, it'd be equivalent to wherever you are as well. But right now, I just have it plugged into the outlet that my garage door plugs into in this house that we're living in currently, which is actually just a rental house over the winter. But nonetheless, it plugs right into the wall. Now, it doesn't charge fast. It gives me about 5 to 6 miles because it's actually on a 20 amp outlet. It gives me about 5 to 6 miles per hour charged of recoup range versus the 30 I got from my 240 outlet. Over the night when we're not using any power to the house, it seems to charge more. But in general, it gives me enough because I'm working from home completely 100% right now. So it gives me enough to recoup any range that I had during the day. And on top of that, if for some reason I was driving pretty heavy all over town or something like that, got the battery down and I needed it the next day, there's a supercharger down the road, maybe 10 minutes away. Because like I said, they're everywhere you want to be, or they want to be anyway. So it's just like that and you're good to go. And it's kind of hard to see here, but yeah, absolutely. I have the, I just coiled it up on my wall. It's plugged right in. An extension cord running right to my my garage outlet, which happens to be a 20 amp. So when people ask me how and when I charge it, how often I charge it, I plug it in all the time when it's sitting here. I have it set to charge at night when I'm doing like my 240, because we happen to have off-peak metering here. But in general, I just plug it in all the time that I'm here. It does increase the utility bills. Obviously, electricity is not free, but it's not through the roof. It's not crazy, anything like that. So that's how I charge it at home. And as you can see, it's plugged in. Now, there's another thing that's actually kind of neat with the car. I know other vehicles have this as well, but people wondered about this. When you open the trunk on a Tesla, it opens automatically all the way up. Well, you can preset it to only go to a certain height. My previous garage at our last house was a oversized high garage. It was about a 10-foot ceiling in there. We had a 10-foot door in it, more than enough to be able to open the back all the way, which was great for my golden retriever dog. He was able to jump in there and get in and out easily. And then on top of that, I'm 6'5", so I hated hitting my head on the trunk when I opened it to get stuff in and out of there. But one thing you'll notice here, my roof is right here, so it's about I don't know, 4 inches above my head. Similarly, the door, and then there's also these little clips and hinges and stuff like that. I didn't want to hit any of that stuff, but what I did is set the back tailgate to only open to a certain height. So you can see here, when you automatically open it, it goes up and it stops. And it's stopping just before it hits this little cleat here. Now, this is obviously not ideal for me since it's in my face. I just got used to bending down to get in there and get stuff. It's more than enough space for my Golden to jump in there and go for rides with me, stuff like that. As you can see, his pillows in there, and I can put stuff in and out of there. I mean, Teslas have such an amazing amount of space. It's 76 cubic feet of space in the Tesla Model Y alone. That's with the seats folded down, but nonetheless, it's also got all of these sub trunks, and you'll see them down here. I know I've showed them in other videos too, but all these sub trunks, we put storage containers in there. We store extra jackets, stuff for our baby, toddler now anyway. And then it's also got one in the front and these really deep sidewalls in there. You have to kind of excuse the hair a little bit. He is, if not anything, a hair shedder. So it is crazy like that. But honestly, like, the storage is more than comparable, and it's way better than any other vehicle that we had as far as you know, I don't know, looping it together with driving experience, fun, enjoyment, all that kind of stuff. So amazing storage, but I love the fact that you can do these little things like adjust the height of this, and all you do when you do it is you open it, you stop it from hitting whatever it is, and then you hold down the tailgate button for 3 seconds or so. It'll beep, and then that's as far as it'll only open every time you do it. Now, if, like, we went to get groceries and the guys opened the tailgate and they opened it higher, you can manually open it higher, but it will automatically reset back to this height until you change it. So I didn't have to worry about that pulling into the car, pulling into the garage after they did that and made that adjustment for me, which was great. So outside of that, it's just amazing storage. You can't get through this without talking about the frunk. The frunk is also amazing. We keep a soft-sided cooler in there. So we go to the store, we get milk, ice cream, whatever, we put it right in there. I've seen people store food in there. I will tell you though, if you put some food in there that's hot, it will keep the smells out of your vehicle, which is nice. Chicken wings, pizza, that sort of stuff, but it will not keep it hot. It's not insulated. The frunk is not insulated. In fact, it's probably anti-insulated, if that's even a word. It does keep things cooler, but not cold enough to keep ice cream cold, obviously. But more importantly, it will freeze your food, basically. So you put pizza in there, it'll be ice cold when you get home. So we did that once, never did it again. We keep it right in the back seat or in the back trunk area, which is nice. So it's great. It's fantastic. I mean, dog mode is also another feature. We have our golden retriever, so we use that all the time. You pull up to the store, you have to run in and grab something, put it in dog mode. You know he's going to be safe and comfortable while you're in there, and then he just kind of enjoys kind of chilling back there. But we're always aware of it though too. There is a extensive window in the back of the car. Obviously, it's got the panoramic glass moonroof. all that kind of stuff too. But this window here is heavily tinted. As you can see here, you can't see through it even when you get close to it. So I've never worried about people seeing packages in the back there. But there is a heat transfer that comes through there. So I'm always aware of that. There is no air conditioner vent in the back. So I'm always aware of that if it's a warm day. I make sure to never keep the dog in there. Obviously, I don't want him to be uncomfortable, but dog mode's available. It's nice, it's there. And then the infotainment system is amazing. If you end up going to the Superchargers, if that's what you're doing, if that's your charging option, and you end up sitting there 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, you can watch YouTube, these YouTube videos, you can watch Netflix, you can watch Disney, Hulu, any of that stuff. So it's just fantastic. It's great. Love the car, love the experience, love the drive, everything about it. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, watching these videos. I hope that there's something in here that you were able to take away and use informatively in your buying decisions, enjoyment decisions, or just enjoy watching. So I hope you guys are staying safe out there, having a great day, week, month so far, and thanks a lot, Mom.